Hey guys, this is David from AMP Studios. Quick intro. This will be a tutorial as promised, broken up into many different parts. I originally planned to release it in its entirety, which would have been longer videos, but a shorter amount, but my current equipment can't handle the load, so I have to break it up into smaller videos. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing, this would definitely help me out in my journey and one day obtaining better equipment so I can get videos out faster with better quality to grow this channel. So the image we're working with today is Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse. This is the scene, the jump scene. This image really stands out to me. I like the colors and just the tone of it. So right now, you want to block out the proportions of the body. It's kind of rough proportions. We're not going for anything too pretty here. We're just kind of putting, put down shapes. I'm using that negative spear, kind of shape out the hood. And I'm working with the PlayStation Moves. I do not have experience with the DualShock 4. All the work that I do is on the PlayStation Moves. So if you're able to follow what I'm doing here with the DualShock, actually you should be able to follow. I would say definitely turn on the mirror effect. I don't use it. Reason why, I tried using it before recording this and it was not working. All the artwork that I do, I just sculpted, kind of, as they say, like freehand, just kind of. So, I mean, it takes more work doing it that way, but it works for me. And this is me using the soft blend on the spear to kind of move it about a couple inches from each other to block out a smooth shape for the. This is the arm here. Like I said, you just want to put down shapes at this point. Don't be too worried about how it looks, because you later on we're gonna go in and kind of put in the details. Blocking out some feet here, just kind of putting in. Would almost be a placeholder, but still trying to make it look at least like the shape is supposed to. Copying that, putting it for the other foot there. You can even put it for the hand. That's what I do here. Just to kind of show you what you're working with, and you can see the basic shape. At this point, I'm still blocking out the shapes, but putting the flow. The hood has if you look how it is compared to the back, there's a certain flow to it, and I'm trying to, at this point, just get that correct. I definitely use the negative spear and the square a lot when I sculpt. Those would be actually my two primary tools when sculpting. And like I said earlier, you definitely should have the mirror side on, because as you can see here, I'm only doing one side, and that's on purpose, because for one, the image that I'm doing is only from one side and you can't see the other side right now, so I'm just going to create the one side you can see. If you want the other side, you definitely should turn on the mirror effect. But if I was to do, if I was creating this as a full 3D sculpture, I would have to go in and, just like I'm doing on the one side, do it for the other. Just trying to get that chin in there, make it look like a little face. You can kind of see his face in the hood there, so just kind of trying to block that out. I was having issues with that. I think I do it like multiple times throughout the video. I just couldn't get it right for some reason. But you don't want to spend too much time in one area. You're just going to keep moving. I like to do fine details, or at least I try to, do my best on each project that I do. And if you go back and look at my other projects, I use these same techniques. It's kind of making everything kind of uniform, making everything flat. And I use the spear because it's not as intrusive on the sculpture. It won't leave any hard edges or anything. Just moving things around. Like I said, don't worry about if the sculpture doesn't look as appealing or as pretty, because this is the blocking out phase. And these are just my techniques I use. I'm not the best sculptor in Dreams. I've seen many amazing works done by other creators. These are just the things that how I create. So, and there's easier ways to do what I'm doing too. And at this point, I made the cut too deep. I was trying to do like I use the square to do it next time, but that didn't look right to me, so I go back into the shape, and I go back to the positive side of it, and I come from within the sculpture to kind of push it back up. And that's something I do a lot, especially if I'm trying to smooth out a sculpture. It helps with like smoothing, or if you do anything unintentional, kind of just soften the shape you have, and to come from within it and kind of push it back out, kind of like a reset. And still at this point, not rushing, but blocking out, not rushing, taking my time. You don't want to rush this part. You're laying down the proportions, and it's always good to have a reference image. I know a lot of people always ask to use my sculptures. I haven't made a puppet rig before. Everything you see that even the Superman that I did he's a puppet rig, but actually I deleted all their controllables for him. I actually couldn't figure out how to get it back either. So I wasn't planning on animating him by hand, but I had to. And here, yep, I'm just coming from within the sculpture, blocking out that arm, and you can see it start to take shape here. And here's that square I was talking about, the negative square, and I use the negative square a lot to make deep cuts and kind of flatten things out. Like I said, I know there's like a ton of different ways to do what I'm doing, and I know there's more effective ways and better, quicker ways to do what I'm doing. This is my system. This is my system that I work with, that I found that works best for me. And even if you're making something original, it's still good to use a reference image. If you see a lot of animators, they have like those what is that? I don't even know what it's called. It's like the dummy. You ever seen those posable dummies? Dummy It's kind of like a well, it looks like a puppet, right? It's a puppet, and that's what it's called. The posable blank puppets they have sitting on a small stand, and they kind of pose it. That's their reference. But for other things like for trees, for people, for anything with the details you wanna, it's good to have a reference. And also, this is my first commentary, so let me know if I'm talking too much. If you just want to see more art and just less me talking, just let me know in the comments so I can do that on the other videos. I definitely use that spear, like the spear, a lot to get my shapes. Like I have it on the soft blend, and it's create a stamp. And you turn up the blend, and you just, if you move it a couple inches away, you can start the like elongate like certain shapes, and it keeps things smooth. If you look at the Star Wars video when I was doing the hands for Luke Skywalker, you can see how I did that using the same technique. And right here you can see me making the folds in the jacket square. I used the same technique in the Batman video. I was doing the chest, and I used it when I was applying the paint for the bat symbol and sculpting the head. And you can really see how the jacket's starting to take shape now. Like I said, don't worry about the if your project looks ugly to you. In time, you add the details. It's the one side again. I'm showing you, like, yeah, turn on that mirror effect if you don't feel like doing the other side. But I'm staying true to the reference image, because I like to create pieces of art. So that's why I haven't put out a puppet, but I do have an original project coming out. I want to put out more original projects, so I have an animation I'm working on. I'm just doing research right now and kind of creating the characters, but I plan to do like a little short series. Still getting used to the animation tools and dreams, but that's something I'm planning on doing. So I guess be on the lookout for that when it comes out. Just continue to follow the page, and maybe I'll show some progress of that as I do my research and development R&D for that. It's so funny. I got like 3 feet. I got a foot on his arm. But yeah, you just wanna have placeholders. And that's the end of our video. Thank you for watching. And I have part 2 coming out next, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, catch you in the next one.